Happy 2015, guys.
Yeah, happy New Year, guys. And gals.
And happy season 11. Look what you did.
Hey, we haven't even finished 10 yet.
Come on, man. Close enough. Well, take it easy a little bit.
12.
My kids have done a number on me, and I don't sleep as much, and it's all wonderful. But when the season 11 pickup happens, my hair doer, what do you call it? Hair artist? Hair doer? Hair dresser. My hairdresser on set, she's like, hey, so another season's coming. Do you want to color your hair? I'm getting a little grays, and I was like, I thought it was distinguished. And I was like, no, it's okay, not a big deal. And she's like, because we can. And I was like, no, it's okay, it's not a big deal. She's like, well, you just let me know. I was like, God damn it,
Then she would be referred to as your colorist.
My color doer?
Your color doer.
My color doer. So the best news is
Shorty does Misha's, you might as well get a 2 for 1. Oh, like you didn't know that.
Nothing
the guys on the 70s.
Brown eye. That's the best part of season 11 is we got picked up, and luckily, since compilation this year,
we get to wash out all the gray. Wait, wasn't there a commercial that was like wash away the gray?
I don't know, Jensen, you tell me. Is that your secret?
Hey, I'm proud to say that she did not propose that situation to me. Maybe my hair is too short to really go gray, so
maybe he's born with it.
Spirit animal.
We were talking spirit animals the other day.
Wait, did I tell you? So we just recently sold our house in Los Angeles.
Woo! I guess mine would have to be a moose. It shows you.
Well, if that's the case, then mine would have to be a squirrel. And I
don't know. You can't choose, it shows you. My heart. It's... One second. Take it off. We went out to eat last night.
All right.
We went out to eat last night.
We're gonna take it off. You guys got gray hair. Give me a break. Whoa! Zing!
We're sitting outside. It's probably what 10 p.m. We just got done eating, and we're downtown San Francisco. And these guys walk up, and they're kind of chatting. They're from Sacramento, and I think they've had a little bit to drink. Yes. It's like three Sacramento dudes. They're kind of young and cool, and they kind of just go, hey, where's this, where's that? And they look at Jensen, and they're like, dude, you look like the guy from Superman. They keep chatting, and they're like, then they look at me and they're like, dude, you too. That's crazy. Anyways, and finally one of them's like, I don't think this is a coincidence. Y'all are the guys.
Yeah, one guy was like, wow, that's crazy. You guys look a lot like those 2 guys.
You too. And you. It's weird. Anyways, so we're just waiting to like,
you guys know what the train station is? And his buddy's like, I think it is them.
I can understand with one, like, in the dark. You have a vague resemblance to one of the guys. But when there are 2 giant Texan dudes that roughly resemble...
I got that.
I was going to say, I didn't realize it was legal in Colorado, Washington, and San Francisco. I think they were having a good night.
I got that one time I was with my mother, and this person came up to me and was like, you look a lot like that guy from that show. And I'm like, Oh yeah? What show? The Supernatural show. I'm like, no. You know what? I've heard that. I've heard that story. Like, and this person was like, yeah, that's great. Anyway, sorry to bother you. I walk away, and then my mother just slaps me on the back of the head and walks after me. Says, excuse me, sir. It is him. It's my son.
Yeah, it didn't occur to me. It's not good or bad. But the other day, I was at a guitar store buying my season 11 presents myself. And I walked down an aisle, and there was I just Twittered, and I took a picture of something because I thought it was really funny, because it was a thing called permanently lubricated nuts. Which are the nuts for a guitar, they hold the strings in place, and I was like, I took a picture of it, and thinking like,
no one needs to see this.
Thinking like, that's really funny, I should share it. And then I carried on. And then a couple days later, I was looking at my pictures, I was going to show somebody, video Tom or Chef or something. And I was like, oh yeah, the nuts thing, I got to tweet it. So I've never seen a pick me sign.
Yes, you have. I flash you one every day.
And every time I tear it.
Look right through my soul. We have. Did you explain it on?
No, not until right now.
So we're sitting on set. We both have.
We have character
phones that the props department is in charge of, and they have to be. They activate them. They really just make them, like they load them up with minutes. It's not like it has a whole service plan or anything like that. They just load them up with minutes because we actually do use them on occasion for real. Like I will be on the phone talking to somebody else who's reading lines through the phone and having a phone conversation. So in that regard, they actually have to be activated and working. And we got new phones recently. Our characters got new phones recently. And so we were playing with this new iPhone.
No, your phone started ringing randomly.
Oh, that's right. So we're sitting on set, and all of a sudden Dean's phone starts ringing, and I'm like, what the?
Goddess?
Maybe that's the person who called me. And so it comes up with this number, and it was a Vancouver number. So I thought it may have been.
He showed me. He's like,
I'm like, somebody's calling me right now. And I thought it was our props person. I thought it was Robin. I looked over and she's not on the phone. And I'm like, who's calling you right now? And he's like, answer. And they were like flipping a lid. We were literally sitting on set, like we're on our marks, like we're just about to roll camera and stuff. I'm like, all right, I'll answer. Hello. And it was some woman. She's like, is Charles there? I'm like, no, you got the wrong number. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, no problem.
Is Dean Winchester?
So then I hang up. Brainchild over here. So I wonder what would happen if we tweeted that number out. I wonder how many phone calls we get then. And I'm like, do it.
So he calls.
So I call his phone number. So that he had the number, and then he immediately cut and pasted that one over to his Twitter. And what was it? Within 3 seconds?
I think short. It was pretty quick.
It was almost immediate.
And we were like, the crew was watching us because we were being silly. And
Well, I looked over at Robin, who was really more of like our set mom. She's responsible for like giving us machetes and stuff like that. And inevitably, if you give a guy a machete and there's things to hit or stick the machete into, inevitably it's just like
Jensen! So like stick a machete into the wall.
She's like, I'm right here. Stop it. She's really become like our mother. But so as Jared's reading out the phone number, I look over to Robin, I'm like,
she's like,
and she's just like mad dog. She's like, what are you doing?
I know you're doing something.
I know you're doing something. What are you doing?
Damage is done already.
And then immediately it's like ring, and it's just the screen couldn't keep up with the number of text messages and phone calls.
And it took me a second to realize I've deleted text messages in the past, or tweet messages, whatever they're called, but I don't readily remember how to do it, so it took me a second to pull it off. But by then, I think we had, so phone calls started coming in. We were trying to answer them, but when a phone call would come in, all of a sudden the notification of a text message would pop up, and you couldn't close the text message fast enough.
I was trying to hit speakerphone so that we could talk together to whoever was trying to call us, and I couldn't get the screen to hit speakerphone to stay on long enough to hit speakerphone before other phone calls were coming in. And so I literally was like, cancel, clear, cancel, clear, cancel, speakerphone, cancel, clear.
So a few of them we were able to answer, and one we answered was like, hello? Who is this?
This is not Dean's phone.
So we answered, and they'd be like, who is this? Who's
Hey,
this?
Evan, I'm on stage right now. I can't talk right now. But everybody says hi.
And you're on speakerphone.
And you're on speakerphone, just so you know, so don't say anything stupid. Do you have any words of wisdom?
Well said.
We're all now better for this conversation. Call you later.
Yeah. And so we'd answer and talk, and they'd be like, who is this? We're like, who's this? We're like, I don't know. And Jensen goes, you don't know who you are?
Who is this? Who is this? I don't know. You don't know who you are? No. And then, click. And hung up on her.
And then one of the girls, here's this girl, it ends up being, apparently it's her birthday. She didn't sound like she was fine. She said, yeah.
What?
Have we met Ashley? Does anybody know her? No. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, so we talked to her. She was so sweet. She didn't believe it was us. She's like, I don't know if I believe this, but my friends would certainly not believe it. And so I tweeted, like, nice talking, Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
The double-edged sword is that, like, you know, it was nice to have a cool, kind of crazy moment on set and wish somebody had a
Yeah, she was on, we put her on speakerphone, and at this point now, the camera crew and the sound guys, they're all leaning in going like, all right, what are you guys doing? What's happening? And we put her on speaker, and she's like, it's my birthday. We're like, yeah, happy birthday. And then the whole crew was like, happy birthday, Ashley. And she was like, I don't know if I believe this. But
25 Harry Potter sockets. But it's so much. Patronus.
Thank you. His superhero name, though, would be Hairman.
On my life, I was going to say that. Hairman on my life.
Get out of my head!
We've been doing this show way too long. And my catchphrase would be, hold my hairbrush. Hold my beanie.
It's like the Ron Burgundy of crime fighting. I was born to fight crime and have salon quality hair.
I love the way Sam and Dean can communicate without saying anything to each other, and I was wondering if that ever happens to you guys in real life, and can you give an
It
example?
just happened. He thought something, and I said it out loud.
But quickly, good one,
Right? I told you.
the best, I can't go onto it on cue like that, that's impressive. But y'all watch Family Guy? Yeah! And he talks about this.
I was just thinking that in my head.
I know you are.
swear to you.
I know you.
I'm not kidding. I'm just thinking about the novel.
And the protagonist is the protagonist. And the protagonist is Kurt Hart. And the Prince coming in. your throat? What about beefcake?
What happened? I blacked out.
I put a 5 in there.
I saw. Take a champagne room later.
You know what? This is my honest to God answer. I feel like sometimes, in a weird reverse psychology way, it's almost so easy to work together that I forget I'm working. If that makes any sense, I don't want to say I get content by any means. No, but you know what I mean? Like when you're working with. It's like if you're playing tennis with somebody you played tennis with for 20 years compared to playing with somebody in a pickup game that you've never met. You don't know, and it keeps you on your. So I feel like we have, but maybe that's good because it's the same relationship Sam and Dean have, right? They're so comfortable with each other that it just kind of flows. So if anything, I feel like it's almost so. I have to remind myself to be careful not to get complacent or relaxed. I have to remind myself, like, hey, this still is a job. I love this job and this and that, but I got to make sure to be back on. So that's my honest answer.
Woo!
Yeah, there's not any kind of hiccups or you know, bumps in the road of working together. It's kind of been smoothed out, and we've had a little bit of time to do that. So it's pretty easy. But I think, like Jared said, one of the things we have to look out for is not to get too complacent, not to get too comfortable to where we're not thinking about what we're doing, because it certainly does get that comfortable on set. Like you said earlier, you know, we could be goofing around literally up until the point that someone says action, and then it's just and which totally throws other people off. But I think we do. The nice thing is that we have each other to keep, like, we hold each other accountable. So if he sees me getting a little, like, not thinking about what I'm doing, he can be like, hey, what are you doing right now? I'll be like, yeah, got it. You know, and it's just little things like that that we can kind of, that's nice, which I don't think, you know, if you're the lead of a series, you know, like, I don't know that Tom Welling had that. I don't know that Steve Amell has that. You know, he has other cast members around him, but he's kind of, you know, up top by himself.
He's alone up top. We have each other, right? So.
Which is, you know, which is nice. So. I would love there to be more music on the show, all kinds, classic rock, country western. There's a great new artist that I think some of you may have heard. I tweeted about it, Sturgill Simpson. I'm like, man, this could be this is the exact kind of music that if you playing in a bar that Sam and Dean are walking through. Loud and Swaying. And I told him, I'm like, listen, you get the rights, because that's the hardest thing, is money, right? It costs money.
So they don't want to pay the artists because, you know, they're spending so much money on the production that it's, you know, a lot of these bands, especially these old, well-known bands, you know, like the Zeppelin or Aerosmith, stuff like that, their songs cost a lot of money because a lot of people want them. And I'm like, look, just put a mic and a band on a set and I'll just go up and sing it myself.